Why are there no casinos in Africa?
Why?
Because there's too many cheetahs. Hey.
I like that one. I like it.
I like that. Griff, you okay?
I'm not getting it.
What?
Cheaters?
Oh,
You didn't get that?
I literally didn't get that. I was trying to think, is there like
You had to get your...
is there an animal out there called casino that the natural predator is?
What?
That is the thought process that was going through my head.
What is the natural predator of a casino?
I have not heard of the casino in the natural habitat. What is that?
Oh, shit.
It's because he put those
flock.
sunglasses on. It
It's a
really,
flock of casinos.
Oh, it's a card counter.
a cheetah. You gotta get your Boston on. You gotta drop the R's, man.
Cheetah.
Jada.
Jada. Yeah, even though there's no R's, but
Jada.
you know what I was saying, right?
I
We're
get it
sounding
now.
really bad right now.
Cheddar.
Jada.
Jada.
It's lit.
Life's lit, too lit to quit.
Anything but credible?
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Anything But Credible podcast, aka the ABC Pod, aka the Cinco de Mayo Pod. I guess technically we'll explain that in a second. First, let's go around and see what we got today. To my left, wearing the Funkle shirt, it's the Unk,
The Unk
aka
building.
Griff. What's up, Griff?
How we doing, guys?
To my right, Killer K. What's up, Keith?
What up? Life's lit.
Okay,
Too
I was
lit to
like-
quit.
You almost slipped. You almost
It's the Post Malone going through my head right now.
My name is Dukes, and with us this week, very special guest as always. It's
He's not that
man
special.
fit a lot. I can't even know how many times, but very good friend of the pod. It is the ABC Pod's official, the ringside reporter, Scally. What's up, man?
Not much. How you guys doing?
Hey, we're happy to have you back.
Thank you.
It's been a while. I feel like
I think I was on the Christmas episode, so yeah, it's been a little bit.
4 months, 5 months.
Yeah.
Creeping on 5. Okay, so Cinco de Mayo. Why is it Cinco de Mayo? Because I want to start off by saying this. Currently, we are recording on is April 27th, the Friday, the last Friday of April. Next week, obviously, is the first week of May. Cinco de Mayo, you get it. We are going to be off next week. We have a lot of stuff going on. I personally have an out-of-town wedding, and along with that, we think everyone else incorporated with the pod and everyone listening, you guys should, partake in the fun festivities and whatnot. So we will take next week off, and we'll be back in 2 weeks. But so the Cinco de Mayo pod, okay, makes sense. Other than that, Scally, man, like I said, it's good to have you back, guys. What's going on? How are we? What's happening?
I have a little bit. It's a side conspiracy before the conspiracy. I honestly think Apple is trying to get me fired.
Oh boy.
Explain yourself.
Okay, so this morning, my alarm didn't go off, and was not happy.
Was it
I didn't-
set?
It was set. I made
Wow.
because
Suspicious.
Interesting.
I make
Valid
sure
question. Valid question.
because I'm a weirdo because I make sure like 3 or 4 times before I go to bed. I check that alarm clock to make sure it's set.
I do
Gotta
the
do
same
it.
thing.
And then I woke up at like 5:20 this morning and only had like 40 minutes to get ready and go to work. Not happy with Apple right now. And
He's
yeah,
blaming Apple. I like it.
I am, dude. It wasn't me. It was not me.
I just found out yesterday, and you guys are gonna make fun of me about this, but I just found out yesterday that if you set your alarms like on your actual phone, that your volume doesn't need to be on for your alarms to work. I just figured
I
that
found
out.
that out recently too. Actually, I always made sure it wasn't on vibrate only.
So embarrassing.
Dude, I leave it on vibrate.
That's fine.
Yeah.
No, you can't. That's why
No, I
I just
know.
found out that you can do that. I didn't know that you could do
either.
that.
Oh.
I thought it was.
What a shit alarm if it was just vibrating.
Well, yeah. I mean, yeah. I
Yeah.
don't know. Griff, what's
Well,
up
not
with you,
yet.
man? Anything going on with you?
Oh, not a lot. Life's lit.
Oh wow.
Too late to quit.
Scally, what about you, man? What's up with you, dude?
Not much, man. Just got a new car
Oh,
about
congrats.
a week ago.
Nice.
Yeah,
Whoa.
about a week ago.
What do we drive? Lambo?
Wish. It's actually more for my wife, but it's a Ford Escape 2017.
Ooh.
It's nice.
Fancy.
Her car is literally falling apart, so it's kind of like kind of had
time.
an update.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, other than that, not much, man. Just ready for it to be nice out
Yeah.
and drink on some patios.
It's
For
pretty
sure.
nice right
Let's
now.
Let's get in there.
Yeah, it's pretty
Oh,
nice.
yeah.
I'll tell you what.
We're all wearing shorts and short sleeves.
Oh, yeah.
guys.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's good.
Not bad.
That's good.
I'm in jeans.
Well,
Well, you're a loser.
he's a notorious jean wearer, though. always
All
wearing
summer?
jeans.
You're one of those dudes?
No,
Not always,
not
but-
all
I
summer.
don't get how some people do that, man.
But if
Some
it's
people-
like
If we go to a bar though, he's
gonna wear jeans.
Not
yeah.
to put Zach Fleming on blast, but he's a pants only dude or jeans only guy.
That's
Especially
true.
going out. I've never seen him wear like khaki shorts or anything. I mean, he wears shorts, but when he goes out, it's only jeans.
I mean,
Yeah, it's nice you say
It
that.
gets like 100 degrees with 95%
do it.
humidity in the city. I'm not wearing fucking
no,
pants.
no.
but on a cold summer night, you wish you had jeans.
Ooh.
You got to pay attention to the weather, Tim.
What's a cold
On those
summer
nights,
night?
I might wear jeans. I'm just not going to do it on the hot days.
What's up?
What's a cold summer night?
Oh,
Like
I guess
50?
like,
Yeah.
That's not summer.
That in the middle of summer, that feels very cold if it's 50.
yeah, oh
But
yeah.
it shouldn't even get that
Freezing.
cold.
No,
though.
it probably low 70s, 60s.
Yeah.
But the 60s will feel cold in the summer,
That's
man.
true.
It's all about
Scally-
being acclimated.
I think so.
They're
What
nice nights though.
They are, though.
Yeah.
what we'll do with this episode is, yes, our ringside reporters here, but we kind of covered the wrestling bases with the offended guys a couple weeks ago. So go check that episode out. I don't know the number. I want to say 86, maybe. Go back and check those out. Check that episode out. But we have Scally on, just because he's a good buddy, a good part of the show. But I do want to ask you just literally 2 to maybe 3 questions. We'll get to that one second. But first, I want to, guys, tell you about some stuff that happened to me. I've had an interesting 2 weeks. I forgot to mention last week. I don't know how it slipped my mind really, but not proud, but one of the adult things that's happened to me recently. I got my first credit card information stolen.
Oh, no.
Oh.
Yeah,
What?
cheers, right?
That's not great. That's
I
not
know. I
great
just
at
feel
all.
like nowadays it's just one of those things like you
It'll happen.
passing into
How-
adulthood. That's
how'd you
just
find
one
out?
of the steps. My bank called me.
Mm.
Yeah, they
Oh.
they actually caught the largest purchase, but it was actually so 2 weeks ago we went on that bachelor party.
Yes, yes.
We're down the Ozarks, and that next week on Monday when I got to work, I was, I used my credit card for a lot of things, so I was making a payment on it or whatnot, and my bank called me and was like, "Hey, you're not like you don't happen to be in Italy right now, right?" I'm like, "No, pretty far from that actually."
From Ozarks to
Yeah.
Italy.
So what happened was they canceled the big purchase that I guess caught their attention was that somebody was trying to spend a little over $1,000 in a Italian fashion boutique, I guess.
I wonder
Somebody
what
went on a shopping spree.
I wonder what they
Nice.
did.
But before that, here's the interesting part. Before that, there were some charges that I didn't catch because I didn't look at my account all weekend, and they actually happened. I think somebody got my information maybe on Friday or Saturday, and on Sunday it was hitting. But the charges were, I feel like, kind of weird. I don't know. I'm sure everybody else, it's all case by case, but mine was one was a order of edible arrangements.
Hey,
okay,
okay.
you got
okay.
this.
Delicious.
And then I had 3 charges of each one over $100 of proflowers.com.
Dude,
So
somebody was in trouble with their
I was gonna say
girl.
someone's in the
Yeah.
doghouse.
yeah, no
So
shit.
whoever got got out of the doghouse with their girlfriend or boyfriend, you're welcome. That was I guess technically wasn't on my dime because luckily Pro Flowers canceled that shit, but they attempted.
Your
so-
girl ain't
I hope
giving
he gets
flowers.
caught.
Me too. I do too. But yeah, so all week I've been dealing with the bank. I got to do the fraud. It's my first time going through the whole thing of the fraud charges, labeling or signaling. It's not signaling. Singling out each charge, what it is, what's real, what's not. Then you what's weird. The weird part to me is that they call it like the fraud report. It's actually a physical piece of paper that you have to wait for in the mail. They mail come on, guys. It's 2018. We go over the phone, we go through the charges, but
But I
in
guess
order
Isn't that how you got your information
Yeah, this-
stolen?
But
Well, what's wrong with that, though?
This guy has access to your. They don't know how much of your stuff that he has access to, right?
Yeah.
So like,
but what is it?
if they were to send you an email, what if this guy's hacked your email too? Like, what if he hacked
Yeah.
your phone and that's how he got your credit card and your email?
Well, I guess that's true. I didn't
yeah,
think
you
about
should
that.
change your password from password.
Probably on everything.
That's
Just
probably what
saying.
it was.
It's probably password spelled backwards,
So-
isn't it?
Anyone that's traveling to the Ozarks this this summer, I'm pretty convinced that it was like a gas station. I got scanned at a gas station or something because we
Oh.
stopped at some random spots in the middle of nowhere, Missouri. So just for the people out there, be cautious. That's all I'm saying. The other thing too, I do want to say this too before we get into any other stuff of the show. Guys, Griff, Keith, you guys know about this, but to everyone out there and listening might not know about it. We've been going back and forth with one of the developers for this new website. It's called listennotes.com. It is a podcast search engine that allows you to search not only for a podcast or a network or a title, but it allows you to search keywords in the episode, or that you whatever is in your description or whatnot. So if I wanted to go and listen notes and I wanted to search Keith Schaefer, not only would it come up for all the episodes that you're on the ABC pod, but it would also come up on your appearance on the Offended podcast. It would also come up on, let's say, if you did, it would also come up for the bomb. God, I always fuck up their name.
Pop Culture Bombcast.
Sorry, guys. Pop Culture Bombcast. It would come up, whatever you've done, it would come up. And so, or you could search maybe we want Scally's looking for some wrestling talk. He could search Hulk Hogan and every podcast that either he's on or they talk about. It's like if that's one of the episodes that covering. So go check that out. We're there. Check that out. Check us out on there, I should say. And let us know. Let us know what you think. It's new. It's cool, and I think that it could really it'll help us for sure. But I think it'll help the podcast listeners out there. The second thing is, people are gonna be laughing out there because I like technology, but I'm not much of a tech head. I would say I witnessed and was a part of my first laptop RAM resetting. Have you guys ever unscrewed the bottom of a laptop?
I don't know what that means.
Yeah.
There's a RAM inside of your laptop?
Dude, it's crazy.
Like
man.
a little one? Like a
does
mountain? Like one of those mountain things?
More than one. There's
What? There's multiple RAMs?
A herd? Is there, what's the name for a herd?
It's a flock.
A flock of rams.
Flock of rams.
That sounds right.
Is that right? Are you sure?
No, not at
I
all.
was gonna
That's
say,
not right at
that's
all.
No, we know things.
Yeah. It's a flock of rams.
For sure wrong. But so
Question my zoological knowledge.
I want to say the only reason I wanted to say is because it didn't take me a while to look it up, but it took me a while to actually grow the balls to do it, because when you unscrew the bottom of a computer, it's very intimidating. You see the motherboard and everything going. You touch something wrong, not only could you break it, but you can fry it just from if you don't have the if you don't
crossing streams, man.
I mean, whatever. I don't know what the term is, but what happened though, it was
I think it's called crossing streams. I think that's right.
we had a MacBook Pro, an older one, but what happened is when you went to go turn it on, it wouldn't turn on, it would just beep. It would beep 3 beeps in succession and then pause for 5 seconds and then beep again.
What does that mean?
So what that means is that it realizes that you have RAM, but it's not in the correct, it's like slightly offset to where it's saying, hey, we know that your RAM's in your computer, but we're not picking it up all the way. So we basically just had to pop out the RAM and put it back in. It's very simple, but it's for a non-computer guy,
resetting the RAM sounds pretty intense.
There's people out there that I know, especially from school and stuff, that would literally build their own computers, and it fascinates me.
I bet Tommy.
It fascinates me.
I bet Hayes would know how to do this type of stuff.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. And to me, I'm just like, what is all of... You just think of how these computers are put together. I know that machines put them together, whatever, but it's really crazy to just look at it and be like, there's hundreds of pieces that are put together in this thing.
Very complicated.
So that was interesting. Okay.
I wouldn't know where to start.
No.
But I mean, YouTube is a wonderful tutorial. It's a wonderful learning place.
But real talk, I have 2 old laptops that don't work, and you might have to show me how to get the memory off of it if you know how to do that.
I do know how to do it now.
Okay, because I have a lot of stuff on one of them that I want.
Yeah, that's what we did too.
Computer guy.
Okay, hey, IT guy.
He's a tech guy. Tech guy.
IT Duke.
IT Nick.
This is going to be a very tech-heavy podcast, guys.
Oh.
Okay.
A little early preview. Okay, well, here, my last thing, and then I'll shut up and I'll get out the way. But last night I saw A Quiet Place.
Ooh. Yeah, I've heard it's good and I've heard it's horrible.
It's very both.
How do you see A Quiet Place? Don't you hear it?
So
good point.
This is actually part of... So
hot and on fire tonight.
I'm hoping that you guys can help me out on this, because I was confused. But Griff, to your question, I loved it. I thought it was great. And yes, what you've heard of it is true. It is guess it, but it is a very quiet movie for most of it, at least.
I haven't even heard of this.
Isn't like the first 45 minutes just dead silence or something? Like,
no, actually, the reason I liked it is it's really short. It's like an hour. It might be an hour and 20 minutes, maybe. But it's boom, 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 and it's quiet, but it doesn't stop. That's what makes it really good. You're in there, you're out of there, and it's like, oh, that was pretty dope. But the thing is it's really quiet. So you probably have seen a lot of stuff on Twitter or whatever. Like people, it's so quiet that you can hear people like eating popcorn.
Yeah.
They tell you like, my suggestion is it depends on how crazy of a level you are as far as when you're in a theater and people, because I tend to be an asshole when it comes to any movie. I'm like, if you make a noise, I don't really ever say anything. Sometimes I have, but I'm definitely stink eyeing you for sure. Like I hate that. It drives me insane. So we're in this super, super quiet movie. You know, we're in a really small theater. It's only like 25 seats, like really small.
It's a very small theater.
And it's one of those theaters now. So Marcus redid all the Warenberg.
Yeah.
So you have to, you know, you pick your actual seats, right? You don't just go sit down.
Yeah.
Well, we're sitting there and it's about 20 minutes in. And I look over to my right and there's 2 seats to my right, to the end of the aisle. And I'm like, they're not there. So I'm thinking, great. They're late
That's
for
the
sure.
Best.
No,
Mhm.
no, I'm like,
No.
they're coming.
Yo, I love when they're not there.
And guess what? They came about half hour into the movie. They come in.
Why even go?
No, I'm out.
And you
At
got to
that
realize
point, why
too.
You
go?
miss the whole
Now-
like the exposition of the fucking
Exactly.
movie.
No, and this,
Yeah.
I will say this. I'm not, no spoilers, but it does start off with a bang. Like it
Mhm.
starts off with a bang. That
I
you-
thought it was a quiet movie.
Wow.
It's quiet
Wow.
bang. It's quiet bang.
A storyline bang. Thanks, Keith. So what happens is they're making all this fucking noise, you know, getting situated. They got their cups. They got, it's like a I don't know, a girl and her mom or something. I don't know. But then I start hearing like sounds like some kind of plastic like machinery happening.
Plastic machinery.
I know. I'm like, so like sounds like she's screwing some shit in, and I'm like, what is going on? I look over, and maybe you guys can help me out with this. I don't mean to poke fun because I'm not exactly sure what it was. It might have been some kind of aid for her. I don't know, but it was something
I
that
hope not.
screwed into the cup holder. And what it was basically like, do you know what it reminded me of was, remember the old school Game Boys when we were younger?
Absolutely.
And you had that light, the light
Yeah.
that plugged in.
Absolutely.
It was like one of those, but it extended from the cup holder all the way up to her face. And then the top part was not a light. It was almost like a pair of binoculars, but they weren't binoculars. They were like, do you know, what are those things called where you put your eyes up to it and you hit the side and it it changes, like you
kaleidoscope?
have different animals and
No.
stuff.
That's the
Kaleidoscope.
spinning
Yeah,
one.
yeah,
I know what you're
um,
talking about.
You know what I mean? Like you look at it, it's like a tiger. Then you
Yeah.
go, and
It's like-
then it's a
yeah.
bear.
I had
like
I had one as a little
yeah,
kid.
like they're
Yeah.
red or whatever, right?
Yeah, right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was one of
Yeah.
those, but it was hollowed out. So it looked like she was maybe like magnifying glasses.
Yeah, but
But
that
she-
seems strange.
But she could not get the fucking thing set up. I'm not joking. It was screwing in. Oh, damn it. And then she'd come over here, try the other one, clank. And this all, by the way, I mean, this movie is dead
Half an hour
silent.
into
Yeah.
the movie.
No, dead silent. And she's clanking away, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, what is going on? So then she finally gets situated, you know, and I'm like, every once in a while, she's steal my interest because I'm looking over, you know, kind of peeping on her, being weird about it. And then I realize I keep hearing this like a switch. And it's got a fucking switch on it, this thing where our eyes are. I don't. What I'm thinking is that maybe there was lights inside of the box,
yeah,
and I'm like, what is going on? And I hear like clicking it, like way more than just once every once in a while. And then I look over a few times, and she's not even using the damn thing. It's like sitting down on her lap. So I'm like, what the fuck is going on? You know?
She just recorded this movie
So
for sure.
That's what.
yeah.
That's what Kayla, who I was with, that's what Kayla thought. She's like, did they just like? Is that like a recording?
No,
No one would go a half hour late and record him. Well, I don't know,
Yeah.
maybe you would, but
I'd be so pissed if that was the one I pirated.
so what happened?
Yeah.
So
I don't know what's going on.
what was happening is what
That's how
I
it starts. What the heck?
what I think was happening is a lot of the movies, since it's so silent, a lot of the movies in sign language, that's how they talk to each other.
Oh.
In sign language. I think that her mom might have been partially deaf. I couldn't either that or there might have been something. I don't know, but I thought that she was giving partial language to her mom, but I'm not 100% sure. Like it wasn't.
Huh? I was thinking,
But it
like,
was-
visually impaired more so.
Yeah,
Than,
I
Well,
was
so
thinking
what
the
I
same
think
thing.
was that, and she would lean over and kind of like talk and like explain what was being actually said, but she was saying it really loud. So I'm thinking there was some kind of disability maybe. But
Huh.
what I'm
I think
thinking,
there has to be some type of.
what I'm
Yeah.
thinking is that this thing was like some kind of magnifying glass to where she could try and read the mouse. I'm guessing.
Yeah,
Does any of this sound like anything that you guys have ever heard?
I
of
would think
before?
that she is. You said there was like light in it or something.
I-
So I'm thinking maybe
I can't imagine
maybe
what.
she has her eyes have a hard time picking up light,
Yeah.
and this is like amplifying the light in it or something.
Well, I don't know if there was light. The other thing that it could be is almost like that red thing that you were talking about,
Yeah.
Skelly, is where maybe when she was clicking it, maybe it was like a zoom. Maybe some
Yeah, she
flipped
could
and
be
it
like
zoomed
super.
in.
Far, she could have like
Yeah.
really far-sighted
Yeah.
or nearsighted issues.
I don't know.
I always forget which one that
I'm not
is.
talking shit on the device, and I'm not talking shit on
Yeah.
whatever you need for it. But here's my
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Okay, here I got to go in on this,
I know what you're gonna say, and I think I agree.
guys. We're talking about literally one of the most quiet movies
Yeah.
ever fucking made.
Yeah.
You can't go in there if you're gonna set up some kind of device. I don't care what.
Come early.
You gotta make sure that you're early.
And also, that applies to everybody. Honestly, like not even if you need to do this some special thing so that you can watch the movie. Everybody should try to be there like before the commercials start, before the actual advertisements start.
Oh
You should try.
man, that
You
was
should
the
try.
other thing. I'm about to go off on a little tangent here.
And especially if you're gonna have to set shit up, be
Guys,
there 20 minutes early.
There was no previews. The first time in my entire life.
What?
That's why they showed up 20 minutes late.
They didn't even do. Actually,
The fuck?
That's
actually-
might have been why. Yeah,
That's 100% why
there
they did
wasn't
it.
even.
Yeah.
Do you know how they do pre-trailer is the bullshit commercials?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not even any commercials.
That's bizarre.
That's weird.
I haven't been to this new theater.
Maybe that's why the
yeah.
movie.
I,
Was
I saw Black Panther there a couple months ago at Ronnie's, and it was they had trailers and everything. So
well, so I was at DePere. I was in DePere,
okay.
and that's what the other thing too. Is
Okay.
I don't know what the hell that they're serving as far as DePere, Missouri, DePere's theater.
I used to go to that one a lot.
I don't know what they're serving in their soda or their water or whatever's in their lines, but I'm not joking either. I was pissed. Like I said, maybe 25 people in that theater. At least 12 people got up and pissed. And this movie was the shortest movie I've ever seen. They got up, pissed, and I'm not.
Well, they might have been having drinks. These new
Yeah.
theaters all
Yeah,
serve
I know,
bars
but
and
I'm just
stuff,
saying,
yeah.
like, guys, I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm, I feel like I'm getting
our
my.
boy here, Keith, has to piss 7 times a podcast if he has a beer.
I know.
So.
And I know that I'm sounding like the old man, like get off my lawn guy, but I feel like
I don't think you are.
I feel like movie theaters are one of the few places where it's like, I'm coming here, it's dark. We're coming here to hear everything, especially me. Like, I'm here for the sound. I'm
Yeah.
here for everything. I don't care if you're eating or whatever, and if you get up, that's fine. But it was just the get up thing was weird because there was just so many people. I've never seen so many people get up in such a small place. But really though, like, this chick next to me was setting up like a goddamn, almost like a magnifying glass, like she was gonna look at the stars or something, and it's like, you got to get that shit set up.
But do you think? I mean, I understand the whole setting up thing, but do you think you notice the people getting up to pee more because the movie is quiet most of the time?
You might have noticed all this more because
Yeah.
Yeah, as I'm saying, I think.
That's a good point, but honestly, I think that she threw me so out of my
Well,
zone.
yeah, I mean that's gonna throw anybody out.
I was just looking around because I kept looking at her. I'm like,
Yeah.
what the fuck? I didn't want to say anything because she was younger.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to be that dickhead. And obviously, I noticed. I'm like, okay, she's obviously using this for
Something,
something.
yeah.
But then she like didn't use it though.
Yeah.
She didn't use it.
That's what's weird.
So
yeah.
and I'm telling you what, when those first line of credits hit, I never seen somebody get out the chair so fast. She ripped that thing out the cup holder and was like, boom. She ran a Usain Bolt out like 40 out of there.
Maybe she knew what she did, man.
Yeah, maybe she just want to.
Maybe she was embarrassed if she had to get out of there before she got bitched at.
Yeah. Maybe.
Maybe, but I don't know. It
She
was,
probably looked at you and was like, "You're just sitting there steaming."
I
just-
didn't
This
have
big dude next to me is pissed off.
I
Yeah.
did not have
That-
did not have a great look on my face for
That's
sure.
just still so weird that they didn't show previews before.
Yeah, it's
that's the
bizarre.
weirdest
Yeah.
thing I've ever heard.
I think the whole theater heard me because when it went on, I literally looked at Keon and said, "No fucking preview." Then I realized I'm like, wow, I sound like an 80-year-old man.
I love the previews. I
Of course
want to
they-
know what's coming. Come on.
And the only thing that they did before the commercials, so pre-trailer commercials, but before the commercials are like when you're sitting there, there's nothing in there, and they're playing like pop quizzes and dumb
Yeah.
shit. One of the questions of the quiz is, what is this movie? It was A Quiet Place. It's like the movie
Oh,
Wow.
that I'm seeing.
Wow.
What is this movie about quiet people and aliens or whatever it is? It's like, what the fuck is going on?
This movie's about aliens?
God damn, I didn't know. Thanks.
No, I didn't say that.
Spoiler
You
alert.
totally just said that.
I think that's the plot of the movie.
I'm pretty sure it's in
I
the
just
trailer.
knew they were in a quiet place where they couldn't, if they were loud, they.
I think if you look up the plot, that'll tell
I
you.
know you
that.
guys are going to be
Well, I
surprised, but I've
didn't look at the
never
plot.
heard of this movie until right now.
the dude from The Office.
and his real life
Yeah,
wife.
he directed it. He's really good. He did a really good job.
Jim?
Yeah,
Jim's my boy, man.
He did it.
Well,
You
I
don't
think
know
it's
Jim, but he's
his
not a real
name's
person.
John Krasinski.
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah, that last name's a mess.
I
but
honestly,
yeah.
I honestly think you would really enjoy it. I really do.
I probably would.
he's married to Emily Blunt's his wife, and
Yeah.
he's married to her in
Yeah.
real life too.
yeah,
Which is
everything
kinda-
was
Yeah.
everything other
I
than
like her too. She's
Yeah.
oh
a good actress.
Yeah.
she killed this
Yeah, she's
movie.
a really
man.
good actress.
Everything other than the movie was terrible, but the movie itself was awesome. Okay, I just had to get that off my chest. That's all I got. Is there anything else? Anybody else? I just talked for like 25 minutes, so I apologize for that. But let's move on. Skelly, like I said, I don't want to dive into wrestling per se, but before we get to the theory, I would like to ask you, I don't know, what's a general way to just skim over? Like, are there any major topics or storylines
How's Rhonda doing?
that you would like to at least cover, talk about, anything like that?
How's Miss Rousey?
That's actually a good question. Her WrestleMania match was amazing for someone's like first, I guess, match ever.
Yeah.
She did awesome.
Armbar those fools.
She did armbar some people.
Nice.
Wait,
It
she
was-
was pulling out MMA moves, really?
Oh, yeah.
That's what she was famous for.
Yeah.
The UFC was the armbar.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
so-
her, like, I guess her
Gotcha.
finishing move. So she wrestled her, and Kurt Angle wrestled Triple H and Stephanie McMahon, who are the authority, I guess, on screen, because
Yeah.
technically they really do run the company, but whatever. So it was kind of cool because they did a mixed tag match, when usually for mixed tag matches, they only let the women wrestle the women and men wrestle the men. You have to tag in. But they actually let Ronda Rousey, like, beat up Triple H for a little bit.
Oh.
Which is pretty cool,
Okay. Okay.
And then, yeah, she tapped out Stephanie with the armbar. But no, she looked really good. I mean, obviously she's got the background in MMA and fighting, but, like, it's hard to transfer over to wrestling. It's a different
'cause
thing.
At least half of the wrestling is personality.
Yeah.
Right? So how did she do in that area?
So,
did she talk much? Because she never talked a whole lot.
Yeah,
in the UFC.
personality's not the.
She was just
yeah.
mean mugging.
Yeah.
and,
So that's the thing, is, like, building up to it, because obviously she's going to be a face, a baby face, a good guy, because
Oh.
people love her.
Oh, yeah.
So leading up to it, they kind of try to have her talk, but that's the thing, is she shouldn't talk. She should just come out and mean mug people, scare people.
I think it was effective in the UFC.
Exactly. And I think they're realizing that now. They had her talk a little bit, and her first 2 times talking on a live mic did not go well.
Do you have to start as a face? I mean, she seems like the perfect heel to start
I
off
bet.
with, you know?
Yeah, but it depends. Like,
Not
someone like her
everybody,
who
yeah.
comes in with a big star, everyone wants to cheer her anyway, so they're going to start off as that. You can start off as, people start off as heel all the time, but when someone like that comes in, they're going to start off as a face because the people are going to cheer for her regardless. But yeah, they kind of gave her a live mic her first time on Raw, and it was bad. Like, she just wasn't used to, like, talking
Sure,
like
sure.
that yet. And then they kind of realized, hey, let's not have her talk and just mean mug people and throw people around. And that's what she needs to do, because she's a badass.
She has
So-
an intimidating, like,
Oh, yeah, no.
1,000 miles.
yeah, it's scary.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, no, her match was really good because, like I said, it doesn't. I know she was in obviously MMA, but in MMA you're trying to actually hurt the person to win. Here you're supposed to take care of each other, and, like, she made her moves look legitimately like they hurt, but also, like, didn't hurt anybody. So
gotcha.
it was good. Yeah, she did really good.
Nice.
And
Good.
then
Good.
What
Yeah.
else? What else happened in the wrestling world that we didn't know about?
Today, what's today? The
27th.
27th. Today was their first ever show in Saudi Arabia.
Whoa.
Yeah, they had a special, I guess, like a mini pay-per-view, if you want to call it that, in Saudi Arabia. The women were not allowed to
Anybody
wrestle
who knows
on it.
about the political
Which
dynamics of
makes
Saudi
sense,
Arabia
yes.
would understand.
Also, there's
They can't drive.
Yes.
For fuck's sake.
yes, but they're hopefully they're making progress. So maybe the next year, because they have like a 10-year deal, so hopefully they can maybe
10 years for
Get some-
Saudi Arabia?
they're
Wow.
gonna do a show there every year for the next 10 years. So
Wow.
hopefully,
And Saudi Arabia is currently going through
Yes.
a progressive time.
Yeah,
period,
the
so
other
maybe soon.
yeah. So there was,
WWE's just making moves.
oh
man.
yeah, man.
I would take some of that fuck you oil money.
Oh, yeah,
Hell
for sure.
man. They're making
Yeah.
moves.
yeah. So they I didn't obviously it was today.
I mean, Dubai is always right there.
Yeah, exactly. But no, it was on during the day today because of the time difference. So I haven't got to watch it or actually even seen really anything about it. I just know that the women were not allowed to wrestle on it, which obviously I guess makes sense because
Yeah,
you
I mean-
can't go there and break their laws right
You
away.
can't.
So.
Women can't. I think be in public unaccompanied by a
Yeah,
man
yeah.
in Saudi Arabia. So it'd be probably
Progress, little
Yeah.
little baby steps.
Yeah,
So hopefully
right.
in the future. But yeah, I don't know. I heard it. I didn't get to see anything about it, but what I heard was it was pretty entertaining for being a little house show. I
Right,
guess, or whatever.
right,
So,
right.
Good. Good.
Nice.
yeah.
Well, any other
Breaking down walls.
main things that we need to know about? Main topics? Other than we were just in WWE was just in St. Louis.
Yes, it was in Raw on Monday
Raw,
actually.
yeah,
and,
that's right. Last week.
Nice.
Right. Yeah.
It wasn't.
work with one.
It was all right, but I didn't go sadly. But the week before they had their superstar shakeup because they have the Raw and SmackDown, so they had and they have them as two brands. People don't really cross over shows, so they kind of did like a mini draft where they trade people back and forth between shows to get new storylines
Oh,
and new
okay.
rivalries going. So this Raw, and it also didn't help because this Raw in St. Louis was like right before this little Saudi Arabia pay-per-view, so it was like they couldn't really move storylines. They're kind of this
People on the other side of the globe.
exactly, yeah,
Yeah.
people are already there and stuff. So, but yeah, so that's really the only main thing going on right
Okay.
now is just
All
that.
right. Well, it's good. Well, appreciate you. I'm going to kind of switch the topic
Yeah.
right now, but speaking of today being the 27th, Keith, I feel like it wouldn't be right if we didn't talk about your boy dropping his album today.
Oh yeah,
Garbage.
buddy.
Post Malone
I'm all
came
for
out.
it.
Keith's one of his probably top 10
That's
idols, I
garbage.
would say.
Well,
Maybe.
I don't know about classifying him as an idol,
Yours,
but
your idol.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
We'll roll with that. Yeah.
He's your idol. Keith.
Probably top 5.
I
Yeah.
mean, you definitely want to be friends with them. If
Oh,
anything.
no doubt.
yeah.
I want to be friends
I'd
with
for
the
sure hang
You
out.
want
Yeah.
to like make a posse with like you, him, and Kid Rock. And that's like your dream.
Oh, are you fucking kidding me?
That's your dream.
You know how awesome that would be?
I-
It would- Heath would life
Dear
made.
God. Yeah.
Yeah, life made.
His heart would explode with happiness.
Dude.
What would you?
I just put a real idea.
Hold on.
A real dream.
What if you, Kid Rock, and Post Malone hung out for a day? What would you guys do? What would you do?
Drink Bud Lights.
Whoa.
Well, I don't
No.
know if Kid Rock does that.
Kid Rock has his own. He has his own beer.
probably
Doesn't he
drinks
make?
whiskey.
I think he
though.
drinks a lot of whiskey.
Yeah, whiskey,
he makes
man.
his own whiskey. What would you guys do?
What would me, Post Malone, and Kid Rock do? Well, we'd come up with some fucking dope ass music.
Okay, but what else though? Non-music related. What would you?
They
guys
don't
do?
want you in their songs.
Oh, non-music related?
Yeah, I mean, I just feel like you guys are just hanging out.
Guns and ATVs, man. I'm in.
Would you-
Let's do it.
Would you give them some cheese on their
So white
pancakes?
trash.
though?
Yeah.
You'd introduce them to that?
Oh, yeah. No doubt,
I
dude.
think they would like that.
Post would
I
drink that
think-
with a Bud Light.
Oh yeah,
and
for
cheese
sure.
on his pan-
I mean,
for-
Kid Rock
yeah,
would
dude.
eat it sober for sure.
Well, yeah.
I mean,
I mean, is Kid Rock ever sober?
that's a good question.
He's a cowboy. No.
He is. He is a cowboy.
Yeah. His top slipped back and his sunshine
Shining.
shining.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking idiot over here. Fuck.
These are all facts.
It's day one shit, dude.
I know
And
that.
Post Malone's a rock star. I think.
He is.
Yeah,
so-
yeah.
Self-proclaimed.
And a psycho too.
Well,
Yeah,
Yeah.
there you go.
dude.
Now, Keith, we all know that you're not the most up-to-date media guy in the world, but
No, not at all.
so knowing that, safe to say that we have not probably listened to the Post Malone, even though it was
No,
playing when
not
you
at
guys.
all.
We
Well-
heard a little bit when you before the pre-recording we were listening to.
I mean, I've heard all the singles off this new album, so
Look at Griff's face. Griff is just so disgusted right
It's
now.
lit.
what? Yeah, dude.
It's
Life's
actually,
lit.
It's actually pretty solid. It's solid. But
It's a
will you do me a favor? By the time that
it's a
we
great artist.
not next week because we're off, but in 2 weeks, will you do me? Can I give you a little bit of homework? Can you listen to the album and come back with just a
Oh.
Keith review of the Post Malone album? Beer bongs and Bentleys.
Yeah.
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 Okay. Okay.
There's yeah.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
hold
no
you to
doubt.
that. Homework.
I can do that.
Homework.
Yeah, I think I could do that. Do
All
you
right.
want like a breakdown of each song?
No,
or-
just an
No, I
overall.
wanna
just an
I
overall
want
view?
it verse by verse.
Oh.
What? I want to.
You're asking a lot.
Can I
here.
get some flow charts and stuff? I don't know how you're gonna do flow charts with verses.
Yeah, I don't know.
Figure it out.
You know what, Tim?
Break it down.
Why don't you ever have homework, man?
I have a piece of paper sitting right in front
Yeah,
of me.
that's true.
What would happen if we had Griff do an album breakdown of verse by verse? There's no way, 0% that would happen.
No.
It's unlikely to be a positive thing. Like I just
No,
be
no,
like,
not. I'm not saying Post Malone like maybe a just a random
okay.
band that you
we
like.
could do.
No, I mean
well,
any band that.
who's
What's your
obsessed
favorite?
with
What's your
original?
favorite?
Flogging
band?
mollies, bro.
that was only like the week of St. Patrick's Day. Back off me. The,
Yeah, right,
The
dude.
3 weeks around St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah.
Uh,
Flogging mollies is life, dude.
I
I'm
don't
just
know.
saying that no matter
right
what.
now, I've been super into Super Tramp this last few days. So I'll do Super
Sounds
Tramp.
dirty.
I'm just saying, Griff. I'm just saying that no matter what the band is, I find it hard to believe that you would, if we gave you some kind of legit homework, the amount of homework that you would produce
It's fair.
would I think would be how should I say
I've worked my lifetime to earn this reputation, so I can't.
very
I
minimal
can't argue with you.
would be
It would be great, but it wouldn't be expansive. Let's say.
okay. All right,
But
I'll give you
yeah,
that.
I will get that
I'd
homework
cut
done.
deep into the
Yeah.
point, though.
I will get that
Very
homework done.
Yeah, just add it to the. So you got the theory next time anyway.
Yeah.
So we just add it. To
Maybe
the
there's
list.
a Post Malone theory out there.
I mean, there's.
It can be
there's
made.
I'm sure that.
Well, we can. His theory about his
you just-
mustache being two dogs kissing.
I have
know,
heard that.
if you guys,
From me.
yeah,
Pretty
if you
much.
guys
yeah.
were to ever create your own theory, I think that would be just amazing because that would.
I was literally thinking this earlier. Like, I'm going to start doing this at some point. I'm
Yeah.
gonna
You
start
know,
making up my
you know
own
in
shit.
order to do that,
No doubt.
you would have to have enough. You would have to do enough homework in
Yeah.
order to base. So I would actually give a lot of credit to you guys because.
It's going to happen at some point. I'm going to walk in with my own theory.
Okay, all right. Well,
Some of my theories have been, they're based off like loosely connected other things, and I kind of made it myself.
I'm excited for when that day comes. When you said I created this theory, this is mine. I will be so excited, very excited.
I'll let you
I
know.
will.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, guys. All right, good stuff. All right, let's move on. Let's get into the theory of the week. Before we do that, let's take 1 second and hear from our buddies at the Offended Podcast. They'll tell you how to find them, check them out, and when we come back, we'll jump right into the theory of the week.
Tricky, come on. You know Mr. Brightside is the best Killer song.
No, it's not, dude. No, it's... Oh, crap. Dude, we're live. We're live.
What?
We're like, hey, it's Tricky and Stoutsy from the Offended Podcast, produced by PWP Nation.
We're basically the Seinfeld of podcasts.
And just because we are produced by a professional wrestling site doesn't mean we are a professional wrestling show. Recorded in the glorious Cockpit Studios, we are actually a show about anything, and sometimes just friends drinking and discussing life, pop culture, and sports, but with no filter.
Anything goes on Offended, and you can find us on Apple Podcasts under the PWP Nation Network, along with other great PWP Nation produced shows.
And if you like our show, head on over to prowrestlingtees.com/offended-podcast to buy our shirt. Support us, eh?
And you can follow Offended on Instagram at OffendedPod, and us on Twitter. You can follow Tricky at Trick1042, and myself, Stoutsy, at J_Stout09.
And thank you for listening. By the way, Jim, all these things I've done, it's the best killer song.
Erroneous! On all accounts.
Okay, we are back. It is time, the best time of the week. That is the theory of the week. Griff, what do you have for us, man?
Oh, that's a lot.
It's less than normal.
Wow, no, it is a lot of. He's big hand writer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's how he gets away with it.
that's how he all through his school.
Yeah, all through school.
Wrote really big.
I crank out words, guys. Leave me alone.
He was probably the guy that did the white font deal to get the words up.
Yeah.
I didn't learn about that till like.
And then the guy
way
that
too
made
late.
you make the periods, the periods like
Bigger?
yeah,
Yeah,
so that
yeah,
it-
you guys,
That guy.
you're wrong. But I'm gonna go.
What do you got for us, Griff?
All right. Today I come to you to report on a very modern / millennial mystery. A theory, not straight from my personal Jesus, Elon Musk,
Oh, God.
but likely derived from some of his gospel. So we start with a basic question, one that people have been asking for about a decade, but as of yet, no one has been able to answer with any certainty. Who created Bitcoin?
Oh.
So yeah,
The devil.
perhaps.
Griff loves devils.
I do not love devils. I want to.
No, devil conspiracy.
Okay, sure. He's everywhere. But
So creepy.
yeah, Bitcoin. That shit that your hipster friends told you to invest in like 6 years ago, and if you had listened, you would have been momentarily wealthy. But you didn't listen, did you? No, you got in way too late and lost your fucking shirt, didn't you? Wait, is this just me? No. this happened.
What? You
well,
lost a shirt?
You're funny, Griff. I like
I
you.
lost some money. It wasn't in a physical
Lost your
shirt.
you never heard that before?
No.
He's very
Wow,
dumb.
I feel like that's right up your alley, actually.
No.
Yeah, well, I lost my shirt last night at the casino.
No.
It's an old. That's sure, Dad. That's a dad
Well,
thing. Griff.
no.
Nope.
Well, despite its incredible rise and becoming a household name the world over, nobody actually knows who wrote that original code for Bitcoin. That blockchain shit that we all, totally understand what that means, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, makes
sure.
perfect sense.
Blockchain.
Blockchain. We understand it.
Yeah, blockchain.
Got it.
Yeah.
Chain.
I wouldn't
Block.
have invested in something that I didn't understand.
Yeah, right.
Well, if you listen to hardcore Bitcoin people, the ones who look at it more as a philosophy / political action more than like a product, according to them, Bitcoin / blockchain has the potential to replace all world currencies, to destabilize banks and topple governments.
I have heard of this. Yes.
We've had these conversations before, actually.
Yeah.
So-
yeah, we have.
If I'd just created such a product, I'd probably keep my head low too. I'd probably wouldn't be saying,
I bet the's some governments.
"Hey,
after
Mr.
us.
Governments."
Yeah.
yeah, I think there have been.
Well, yeah.
But there are some names that are always linked. There's this Japanese guy that's always linked to it, but there's no real evidence though. Some people throw Elon Musk's name in this and say he wrote this and disappeared.
Why not?
Because he does everything. But
Talk about me and Post Malone.
if you look at my Facebook
You went
religion,
idol, for sure, idol.
if you look at my Facebook religion, I legitimately changed it 3 weeks ago to like Muskism.
Oh,
Wow, dude.
Keep going.
I told you I was doing that.
Yeah, I didn't think you were serious.
I was dead. I had literally just done it when I told you that.
You're funny,
Okay.
Griff.
And
Funny looking.
and despite a legion of posers who claim to have created the code, they've all been disproved. They couldn't
A
fit any of that.
legion of posers.
Posers.
There's a legion of them.
I really enjoy that.
Anyway, so some of the smartest people in the world have been trying to crack this since it first came out. All types of techie, nerdy, brilliant people. And nobody, there's just nothing that can connect. They can't find this dude. It's like he's some type of phantom, whoever created this.
Oh.
Or maybe not a phantom. A demon. As Elon,
Oh,
as Elon Musk would say, not a real demon, guys. The demon that we are summoning, or have perhaps already summoned,
AI.
artificial intelligence.
AI.
Oh.
That's right, that old chestnut.
What the?
Yes, that's written on the page. But why would AI create cryptocurrency? So, some possible reasons. AI would likely be created with a purpose and possibly very basic codes of conduct. Think like Asimov's 3 rules, the 3 rules from iRobot. Do you remember that? Like, there's like, they can do no harm to people. They have to yada, yada, yada.
Okay.
So, like, these 3 rules will probably be can do no harm to people, can't steal, something like that.
Okay.
So let's say the AI is given a simple purpose, though, to this one's not for an AI. This might be simple. World peace, just a little thing like that.
Oh, okay.
No big deal.
And so it's going to logically have to find world peace without marching armies across borders, without causing death,
Mass chaos.
bloodshed.
Yeah.
So how would you do that? How would be a strategy to do that? Well, you could destabilize the banks, and we don't know when this AI would have come about and when its master plan would have gone in. This AI could have caused the 2007 crash to destabilize the banks, then brought up cryptocurrency shortly after to when people trust the banks less and it's just ripe for the picking. In an effort to overall destabilize the banks, eventually take down the power, the buying power of governments, eventually the literal power of government, and then the AI could step out from behind the curtain if it wanted to, or it can keep playing its chess game from back there like it's doing.
Fucking Skynet, bro.
Basically,
Oh.
and it's it's already making its moves, just quietly behind the scenes.
Oh, man.
Mm.
So what do we think, guys?
When did Bitcoin?
2009.
2009. That's when it
2009
came
was
out.
its official launch.
Okay. Wow. You're kind of freaking me out with this, man. Sound constipated.
Yeah, that was not a good. That was my thinking sound. It wasn't
My
very
foot's
good.
asleep.
Well, my thing is, we got, us humans have physical money, right? So
Yeah.
AI would need cryptocurrency. That's like their money, right? Is
It
that
would,
what-
I
sure.
guess.
yeah.
Yeah.
So that's
And
why
if
they
it's-
that's why they created it, not to take over.
and if it's
any-
trying to consolidate power, what do? You consolidate the banks into one.
well, I think they just made it
digital,
because
which
they
is-
wanted money. AI needed money, so they
Sure,
made
well,
crypto money.
AI doesn't.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, sure.
Makes sense.
because they can't physically take our money. 'cause-
They couldn't
well,
put
yeah.
a gun to me and take my money.
Haven't
True.
they
AI.
already took our money by investing in Bitcoin?
That's exactly what we're saying.
but don't they have?
This would be how they would take our money. This is
Isn't
how-
there?
But they wouldn't be taking it. They would be
Redistributing it?
taking it not
Or-
from us, but from the governments, basically.
Yeah.
So
But we're investing in it.
we are investing in it, but it still has buying power. So it's not really taking things from us. It's taking the power of currency away from the governments, which is taking the essential power.
But there are
of the
some
government
governments that are
that,
behind it.
that are behind it. There's also some governments that are banning
Well, yeah,
it.
definitely.
So
And the governments that are behind it want to try to find a way to make their own, basically. And
Bitcoin.
they're having real. It's decentralized. That's
Isn't
one of the key
Russia
things I
and
know.
like Venezuela are the two?
They're
that are
trying,
making-
but it's
Venezuela,
really
yeah, yeah.
super hard for a government to do it because
Well, yeah.
it's decentralized
Mhm.
currency. There's
Yeah.
no.
well,
The whole idea is you can't trace the transactions and it's not coming from a central bank.
But don't they have? So I saw a Vice thing on this. I guess it was from last
It's been
year,
explained to
but
me
yeah.
a lot of times. It doesn't.
But don't they? They
Yeah,
have a
I
name. They have a
no
name to
idea.
the who they have a name that they
Satchel,
think. Yeah,
yeah,
but
but-
no one's ever
but
seen him
they-
or anything. Yeah,
that they
right?
don't. But they also don't think it's.
That's really him.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know they put some name
He's
to it.
he's
but
always the name that comes up, but like
yeah, it's.
it goes to him, and then like the plot thickens after
Yeah.
they find him.
I won't even try to.
I think
say
I saw
it.
that documentary.
Yeah,
too.
it's like the
Yeah.
Vice thing.
I've
on
seen
it,
a
yeah.
lot of things. I'm with Griff. I still don't get it. I have a question for you, Griff.
Yeah.
I don't want to be that guy, but
Hit me with it. I'm always that guy.
can
so
you
go
give me
ahead,
a
be that guy.
can you give me a breakdown exactly of
Yeah.
where you were at with the world peace example? Can you finish that for me?
So, like,
again?
So if you create artificial intelligence basically to solve problems that we're not smart enough to solve.
Sure.
Is basically the idea behind it, right? So what's the number one problem? World peace is like, ask any beauty contestant pageant. What's
Well,
what are you gonna solve?
yeah,
Well,
yeah,
yeah,
we're,
obviously,
we're
yeah.
going for world peace. So, but you also have codes that this artificial intelligence can do no harm, at least physical harm, I guess,
okay.
to human beings. So you can't march armies to consolidate. So to make world peace, you would have to, I think a logical machine would probably see it as breaking down nationalism and tribalism around the world, which means consolidating power into one world government. And the way they would do that is by attacking the independent national banks around the world and consolidating all wealth into one cryptocurrency.
Now,
Ooh.
okay,
Ooh.
so us people, we invest money into Bitcoin.
Sure.
Okay, and then like as an investment, is it taxable? Like,
No.
Okay.
That's the reason governments don't
Yeah.
really don't like it. It's a
Well,
it's a real nightmare.
Well,
for
that's the
for
main reason. That's
real
not
nightmare
like
for
it, right?
divorce attorneys apparently too.
Really?
Oh,
What?
Yeah,
So
it's
if
really
you're like
hard
a
to find that and split that
Bitcoin-
wealth.
yeah.
if you have half of your assets tied up in
Oh,
Bitcoin.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
So that's
Okay, so
like in today though, like Scally was saying, or you were saying too, with the government, like the reason it not being taxable. I'm sorry, is a big
That's why a lot of
That's a-
governments want to shut it down.
right. Yeah, that's
and that is why. Yeah, that's why it's
so
a nightmare.
so
for-
all
for
those
governments.
Silk Road drug dealers are just overnight billionaires, pretty much.
Those dudes. I mean, that dude's dead, right?
The
I
Silk
think he
Road
committed
guy.
suicide. Ehrlich or
Well,
what's his name?
I know what you're talking about. You're just talking about the dealers that are on through.
Yeah,
Silk
yeah,
Road.
but that's
yeah.
all shut down. And I
Well,
mean,
they
Bit-
get to keep the Bitcoin though.
Bitcoin-
like,
They made the money.
but Bitcoin
yeah.
did its biggest spike after that got shut down.
yeah, but they
And that's
still
what he's
had
saying
the
is
Bitcoin.
He got it from the transactions. He
they
got
still have the
they-
Bitcoin.
they-
Actually, but
I'm with you.
Yeah.
What are the Bitcoins are in a lot of like these Bitcoin banks and stuff.
Well,
which
Bitcoin
they're-
wallets. I
they're in-
thought.
well, that's what individual people have.
well,
But
yeah.
then there's also like these banks. Like there was this Mount something in Japan, I want to say, and it was like the biggest
I also
stash of and like billions of dollars got hacked out of there. It's been one of the big problems.
Yeah.
I
A lot of
also-
people have just had hundreds of thousands of Bitcoins be gone.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Mm.
I see. Isn't there only like a certain amount of Bitcoin too?
Yes, it's a fixed amount at all
Yeah.
times, I think. So there's no, the idea, and this is
But so
economics,
how do you
that's
mine
way
it?
over my head.
But the real thing, I think, I think what Griff is getting
let's go
at, like,
back
The
to this
algorithm,
AI
it's
thing.
so different from our normal idea of currency that it's really hard to wrap your head around.
but we're not.
The
we don't even-
algorithm changes as each transaction occurs,
Mhm.
but it doesn't. There's no inflation. Is like the way it's supposed to work, but it doesn't make sense how.
Well, I mean, that's a great thing. But
yeah, but it doesn't make sense how I could have bought a little bit at one point, and now that little bit is worth a shit ton. That sounds like inflation. to
Yeah.
me.
the thing is, though, is that really that what we're talking about right here, really that doesn't even the process and how it works. Really,
or
doesn't
the
even
opposite of
matter.
inflation, actually.
Yeah.
Deflation, but whatever.
We're talking about this theory. We're talking about that the reason that it is a thing is to get
World
rid of all the
peace.
banks and world peace.
That's-
no, but to become, you're saying to unify and to become one.
I mean, that is
basically one
that
government
is like
is
the
what you're
actual
saying.
philosophical. Well, not the one government, but to get rid of
or one
to
higher.
decentralize currency is like the philosophical idea behind the program.
Okay.
And so, is the actual meaning? Was Keith on there by saying the actual goal is actually world peace, or were you just using that as an example?
That was what I was saying. The goal of AI is now. Some people who are super into the cryptocurrency stuff would probably tell you that's part of the goals because if you take away the power of banks, then you take away the power of governments, and you take away the power of militaries, and that could mean world peace, or it could mean something
Complete
else.
chaos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it
Okay.
depends, depends
Huh.
how idealistic you want to be about this.
Yeah. That's very true.
That's a good way. To
Very
say it,
true.
for sure.
Okay. Huh.
Well, Keith, I want to ask you, like, what are you thinking? Because we've had conversations about how Bitcoin works, and we don't even get to that.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But we've talked about Bitcoin. We know people. Shout out to John Collins out there. You know, who's a
Yes.
big Bitcoin
He's the
person.
dude I should have listened to 6 years ago.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Him and Vince Katowski.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
shit,
Vince,
yeah.
and Vince too.
You need
Shout
him
out.
on here. Vince
We,
knows
we
all
know
about
Yep.
we know people that are big into it. But I would really like to hear what the because none of our Griff, were you actually a user at one point? I'm guessing.
I'm a user right now. You want me to check
Oh,
what's
what you
going
got?
on?
What? You have Bitcoin?
Scally, do you have any? You might have.
I don't have Bitcoin. I have Vinny.
Ethereum?
Shout out to him. Yeah, gave me Ethereum
I
as
have
a
Ethereum.
wedding gift.
I have Ethereum too.
He gave me $50.
Hey, it's gone back up a little bit.
Yeah, I should have listened to Vince
No, it's
and
down
John a
today,
while
actually.
ago too. But
But
I
the
don't
thing
know,
is
bro.
like, where do we
I
stand
know.
though on
But
it
like I said,
actually
momentarily wealthy because a lot of that money's dried
Yeah.
up in the last
Boom,
couple
boom,
being,
months.
but where does it stand as far as it being a power or the goal of it to?
Every government in the world, I mean, at least most of them are trying to throw roadblocks in its way. So
Well,
that is causing problems.
See, for me, there's always going to be a 1% in whatever currency we have. It's just the power is going to shift hands.
Right.
That's the
But the
only
power-
thing.
But the
Like,
power won't be able to.
there's still going to be a 1% in Bitcoin, just like there's a 1% now. it doesn't matter if it's decentralized.
But there's no, well, it does, because there's no bank that gets to set prices and set what the spending value of the dollar is.
No, the market sets the price, just like the market sets the price.
The market should set the price, but the market does not actually set the price in the way our economy works.
No, I totally get that.
The Federal Reserve does.
Yeah, the Federal Reserve does. I get that. But I don't know enough about it to even go into that. I just think
it's the idea it's basically the idea of basic economics, like you just said, but you take the bank out, which then means that the market would legitimately set the prices and stuff.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
And because the algorithm adjusts itself with each transaction that's going on. That's the whole blockchain idea.
Yeah, I don't get the blockchain. Yeah.
I'm sure I'm describing it so wrong.
Yeah.
Because I don't.
Well, yeah. I'm going to have to take a YouTube deep dive into this.
Good luck. I've watched documentaries. I don't understand it.
But yeah, as
Not
long
smart
as,
enough.
Hey, if it creates world peace, I'm in.
Okay. I'm with it. At the fall of nations? At the cost of the fall of nations?
Sure.
All right.
Yeah, fuck it. If it's world peace, it's world peace,
AI's
right?
taking over eventually anyway. So
What?
they're taking over anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, well, listen. Before we do that, let's go around and give the percentages. I mean, you kind of already hit on it. But
So
somebody start us off.
we're just going to do this simple: is Bitcoin/cryptocurrency a devious plot by an artificial intelligence? Is that what we're saying?
Yeah.
Wait, a devious. Well, you got to have the end goal though. A
It
devious
doesn't have to be
plot.
devious. Actually, it could
I was
be.
gonna say.
It could be a very altruistic goal.
Was it created
Depends.
by AI?
Depends
What's it
how
created by AI? That's
Yeah.
where I was
Okay,
going
all
with
right.
it.
But so that goal though doesn't necessarily. What you guys are saying is that goal, devious or not devious. What you're saying is that goal.
Is AI consolidating power?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
So there we go.
okay.
All right. Consolidating power for whatever purpose it is.
Good or bad, yeah.
It's
Where do we
making moves in this damn chess game.
Yes.
Yeah.
Griff, where do we stand? Where are you? Where do you stand, percentage
I
wise?
feel like this is he's coming in high.
It's hard to tell, man.
This is right up Griff's
If it's
alley, I
happening,
feel like.
if it's
This
happening.
is right up
This
Griff's
is right up my alley. I was excited to find this one. 22%.
Oh.
What? Highest?
That's high because you guys know I'm giving like
Yeah.
actual numbers of how I actually feel.
Pretty. That's pretty.
There was
solid.
more than a 1 in 5 chance that Bitcoin was created by the Terminator.
The Terminator? Okay.
You know, I'll go next. I this is hard for me because as we've discussed, you know, even though I don't know if you guys heard, I'm pretty much an IT person. I reset a RAM earlier this week.
He's our tech guy.
So I know a bunch of stuff. But when it comes to Bitcoin and especially blockchain, my head spins around. I've read a lot of things. I've watched a lot of things. I've listened to a lot of things. Still just not all the way there. And because of that, I don't fully understand. But the thought of it being AI created, that's not crazy to me. It's not crazy to me. So I'm not going to actually go as crazy as I usually do, but I will give it this. Just because I like to have fun with it, I have to go over. I just can't go under 50%. So 59%
Okay.
All right.
AI created. Keith, what about you, man? Where you at?
For me, AI created, going 5%. Going real low, dude.
It's so weird when I'm
What's
above,
the- what's the
when I'm
reasoning?
above somebody
Yeah.
else.
Above Keith. This is
Yeah.
the first, I think. Maybe.
Real low.
Where you at, man?
I don't think the technology's there for AI to create this.
Even if it was the Lord Elon Musk
You don't think the technology is there for AI to exist?
No. Well, yeah,
to
yeah.
create it.
To create this blockchain. I don't
a
think
human created it, so AI would definitely be able to do it if it existed. Just saying.
a human created this blockchain.
He just shit all over.
Yeah, 5%, man. I can't get behind this one. I just don't know
Yeah,
enough
see,
about it.
it's
But
tough
like,
when you don't know.
yeah, dinosaurs building the pyramid. That's 100% real.
Yeah,
So
I mean that's easy.
this,
It's tough.
yeah.
This is real life. It's tough. Scally, where you at on this, man?
I'm going 75 because
Oh, okay. I
my
like it.
thing
I
is
like
I'm
it.
digging it.
Okay.
my theory is the human ego. I don't care if you're a meek person that just sits it as a loner or whatever. If you created something this complex and this smart with this algorithm,
Yeah.
you would be bragging about it. You'd be like, I
Probably.
invented this.
Or
I did.
they're
So the
already
human
dead.
ego. So I'm
Oh.
thinking like, why would an AI is not going to reveal itself and
That's a
brag
great
about it?
point.
But I'm just saying, even if it's some, they give it to some Japanese guy. I can't say his name, so I'm not even pronouncing it.
Yeah.
But if that guy truly made it,
Yeah.
even if he's like a loner, he's gonna start bragging about it at some point. When it was at the highest, it was high. He was gonna go out there and be like, "I invented this.
And
I'm
he's a
this smart and made this."
bajillionaire.
Yeah, so I'm saying, I think like human nature is to your ego. You're gonna talk about yourself.
Yeah.
You're gonna
Good
brag
point.
about it.
I didn't
so.
even think of the
I-
human psychology.
No,
side of
So
this.
that's why I'm giving it high.
I love that. I think that's actually,
Yeah.
in my opinion, that's the best reasoning at this table. Really, I mean,
That's what I'm thinking.
That's a good point.
I'm thinking a human created it, but he's already
But he's
dead.
dead.
Exactly. And
He's already dead, bro.
I can
Could
see
be
that.
too.
Yeah.
Government got to him or what? Somebody knew.
Somebody knew. Probably stole all his Bitcoin, bro.
Yeah,
This is going to be a really dope movie in about 15 years.
it
10
might have
years,
been
10 years.
two people who created it,
that
and
story.
the one guy
Oh, yeah.
killed the other
Yes.
guy, and now
Yeah.
he's got to shut
Yep.
up about it.
Oh,
I can see it.
you got it, Timmy.
That
All right,
conspiracy part B.
Yeah. All right. Well, Griff, good stuff on the theory. What do you guys think out there? Let us know. Hit us up. You can, yes, no, do you agree, disagree, whatever it is. Hit us up on the social media pages and, of course, anything but credible.com. You can
Also,
hit us up.
feel free to make fun of us as much as you want about our lack of knowledge of Bitcoin.
Yeah,
I
we
don't think
probably sound
anybody
really
knows
bad.
it, though.
Or just educate us.
Yeah,
maybe.
I'm pretty sure
Just
I just had expert level knowledge.
Yeah, if,
85.
if somebody
Mr.
could
85.
drop some knowledge for
5%.
us, that would be very much appreciated.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
I tell
It
you,
might actually increase my percentage knowing a little bit.
Can't hurt
you
it.
need to get
Yeah.
Vinny on here, man.
Yeah, well, we are set to have Collins on at some point.
Yeah.
We're waiting
Both
for
of
that
them
time
can
to
talk
be.
all
yeah,
night about
yeah.
it.
Man, I would
We
like.
can have a 6 hour because
Yeah.
they've tried to explain it to me for 6 years.
Yeah. I never know. I'm just like, okay, when do I need to invest in it?
I
Yeah.
can't
Yeah.
understand.
just tell me
it.
when and how much, man.
Yeah.
That's all I need.
I wish so badly I would have listened to them at first. God damn.
All right, well, let's move on. Let's get on to some weekly weirdness. I have a couple things, and then we'll get out of here. It'll be really quick. We'll skim through it like we usually do. Guys, I came across recently an article. I thought it was interesting and funny. They did, let's see, what I'm looking at right now is goodhousekeeping.com, but I think I originally found
Good
it
website.
on like msn.com or I don't know what it was. But they did, and I think they do this all the time. Maybe every year. I'm not exactly sure when, but I know I've seen it multiple times where they do the weirdest city names in each state.
Oh,
okay.
God. There's,
So they
some, there's
list-
some fucking weird
They list
stuff.
out all 50, and I won't go through them, but I highly suggest.
What's Missouri's?
I was going to say.
Knobnoster? I always thought Knobnoster was a weird one.
Is that a real place?
Oh, you
Yeah,
drive
that's a
through.
real
You
place,
drive
yeah.
through on the way to Springfield, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I never heard of that.
You drove
what-
through it.
What would be
lots
your
of times.
guess, Keith? What would be your guess in Missouri?
In Missouri?
Yeah.
Knobnoster would be a good one. Mexico, Missouri? I don't know. Just because it's.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Those
that's
other
weak
those
on my
other
part.
places
Yeah.
are everywhere.
Exactly.
There's a lot. I mean, we
Yeah,
got
there's-
Paris.
We have
Yeah.
Cuba,
Right.
Lebanon.
Yeah.
We got all types.
Yeah.
It's
What about
really
you,
weak
Scally?
on my
How-
part.
any
I
idea?
don't know.
I want to say like a wiener or something. It's got to be penis related. I
I'm
feel
sure-
like.
Yeah.
Apparently, there is a Tightwad, Missouri.
Ooh.
Oh.
What it says here is the town was indeed allegedly named out of spite after an incident in which a store owner ripped off a postman on a transaction,
That's
being
hilarious.
a tightwad.
That is great.
One of the smallest towns on our list of 50 of the 50 states. The population of Tightwad was around 64 people at the time of the 2010 census.
Good for them.
What
I'm
part of
around-
Missouri is
It doesn't get into that. I actually didn't Google it, but
If I had to guess, I'd probably say the boot heel or whatever. It's got to
do
be.
you think
that-
it's down south?
Yeah, it's got to be that.
I don't know.
southern part.
Southwestern Missouri gets real weird.
Yeah, it does get.
I think I'm going north
Southwest
on
and
this.
southeast are weird, and they're in two completely different
Yeah.
ways.
Here you go. Yeah. All right. Let me go.
Being in Southwest for 4 years, it is very. weird
I've
down
lived
there.
in both.
I know.
Yeah,
So
you've had both.
I did
It's-
2 years in each.
It's not either. It's kind of in the middle on the western side. It says
Kansas City?
Tightwad is a village in Henry County, Missouri.
I don't know what that is.
Its population is 64. I don't know the coordinates or anything, but yeah, it looks like it's on the western side of the state. A little bit above Springfield, maybe.
I'm
actually.
running
So-
for
I always
mayor
thought
in
Southwest was
Tightwad.
like the worst part of Missouri because, in my explanation, these people's ancestors like tried to take off to California,
Mm.
and that was as far as they got, and that's why they all suck.
Did
Damn.
when did the
You
town?
just
When did it get
shit.
named? Did it say when it got named?
No, I don't know.
So I
I've
say
been
that.
saying that since I lived in Springfield.
God damn, you're
These people can't drive because their ancestors sucked. Couldn't make it there either.
Jeez, dude.
Okay, Griff, get him, man. Get at him. Okay, Keith, what do you got over there, man? You got anything?
The great Brad Pitt's from. Yeah, never mind. So Texas man sentenced to 50 years for stealing something. What do you think it was?
What was the thing?
50 years?
Yeah,
Oh, he for
A
sure.
Steelers fan?
Wait, in Texas?
He
yeah.
stole
Texas man sentenced to 50
Oh,
years for stealing
Baby cow.
$1.2 million worth of
Something.
fajitas.
Oh, I heard about this.
This
I
guy
heard about
might
that.
be
Yeah.
my hero.
I know
Might
about
be
this.
my
This
hero.
is funny.
Leftovers for days.
I love fajitas. Yeah, for a long time.
Well,
a long time.
Yeah, not as much as this guy, Nick.
True, man.
It was over like a 10-year span. He was
What?
the head of
He's been funneling fajitas for how long?
yeah, dude.
He's just been eating for free every night. He's probably
Yeah.
loaded.
He's the head of a juvenile detention center.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he just
He's
kept.
stealing their fajitas?
The cafeteria food.
That can't be good.
No.
Okay.
They
Like,
this is how he got caught. The kitchen
Jail?
workers, the delivery guy that dropped off his fajitas.
yeah.
The kitchen workers were like, "No, bro, we don't serve fajitas to the juvenile."
He's like, oh, yeah, you do.
Yeah. And he's like, "Yeah, I've been doing this for like 9 years. You guys, yeah." He said it started off small, and then he worked his way up to like 800 fajitas or something.
Okay.
Crazy.
So he stole. I don't know why.
he was stealing fajitas and then
Selling on
selling
the
them.
black market.
For
Yeah.
some
In
reason,
the juvenile.
I thought you
though?
No,
said
I don't think so.
that he stole it from a Steelers fan at one point. I see now that I was wrong about that.
Yeah. No.
What-
Did
was
he got caught because he called in sick that day or something, right?
Yeah, it was
I
something
read some
crazy.
weird. It was
Yeah,
just
yeah.
he called in sick that day, and that's when the delivery
What?
came. And
You
it-
got to know when your delivery
Exactly.
If the
Yeah.
fajitas
Yeah.
are
He's been
coming
doing it for
in,
9 years.
I don't care if you got the flu.
Yeah.
You show up for this fajita.
Yeah.
Oh, this guy, I want to know, did he own like a street stand? Would a restaurant?
Dude,
What-
it didn't
No,
say
I
in
think
the
this
article.
is something that happens all the time. Sam like deals with this stuff and what he does, like where
Yeah.
there'll be like weird numbers that don't match up. And
Yeah.
like, that dude's selling this shit.
Yeah.
That's so
That's
weird.
crazy.
But fajitas,
So apparently, there's a big market for
I guess
underground fajitas.
I guess
I
if
bet there's. I
Yeah.
bet restaurants will buy it.
Oh,
yeah, if you
restaurants will
give
buy that shit on the
discounted-
cheap.
yeah,
Oh yeah.
Well, my other
I
question
guarantee
is these fajitas had to suck, right? Because they had to be prepackaged because fajitas don't really, they don't come in one piece.
I'm
They're
guessing it's like fajita meat.
Meat. That's what I was
Oh,
thinking.
okay.
Yeah, not
But
the
also
whole
it-
fajita is one thing.
That'd be really dope.
It is coming.
I
It is
would
coming from the
try.
company that supplies juvenile detention centers and jails. I'm guessing. So, I mean, just not known for the quality of food.
Yeah, it's not going to be like Kuna or Cisco. It's
Shout out
gonna
to
be
Missouri
like-
State's dorm cafeteria.
What was,
So
what was that called?
I forget, but it was the same company that did the prison down,
Yeah, they did
down
the
the
prison.
road,
Oh man, what was that called?
This drives me nuts.
and they were terrible.
Did it start with a S?
I think so. Dude, there was some good food at some of those though.
The pizza, that was it. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not eating
I
I ate
anything
the
else
turkey
there.
burgers.
no,
every
what I
once in a
used to
while.
get, I think they shut it down like the second year I was there. They used to have like little like buffalo chicken like flatbreads and
Yeah.
stuff like that. It was in one of the dorm buildings. Come on.
When I was there, all I ate was the pizza
Johnny
and
nuts.
cereal, man.
Ah,
I couldn't eat any of that rest. of stuff.
Scally, Griff, do you guys have any weirdness that you'd like
I
to
don't,
bring up?
but I want
Anything?
to figure out where I used to get those buffalo chicken
I
flatbreads
don't.
at.
All right,
I
I
wanna
got,
look it
something
up
else.
now, too.
Have you guys? I got a question for you. Have you guys ever? And I might be mispronouncing this. I'm not exactly sure, but have you guys ever heard of Kinder eggs or Kinder eggs? I think it's Kinder though. Have you guys ever heard of
Ye-
Kinder eggs?
I want to say so. Yeah, I think it's Kinder though.
I didn't know about Kinder. That's probably what it is. I would assume so. We'll call it Kinder.
Regardless,
Yeah,
my
it could be
answer's
wrong, but apparently Kinder eggs is this dessert that was outlawed a long time ago, and what it was a chocolate egg.
Oh yeah,
And
those were
inside of
Kinder
the
eggs.
choc-
yeah, yeah,
Inside of the chocolate egg was a plastic egg that you get at Easter, and inside of that plastic egg was a toy.
How many
Yeah.
kids choked on these?
Well, that's why
yeah.
it was outlawed.
yeah. Yep.
And people, apparently, I didn't know this. This was such a thing that in the U.S. have been for years petitioning to bring it back.
Yeah, because
There's more important things. people-
I've heard of this before. They outlawed it before a kid even choked on it,
Yes.
so they didn't even give it a chance.
I don't care. I
really.
agree with the
Sounds like
logic.
kids will choke on that easily.
It is
though.
a guarantee.
Yeah,
So-
that's fine, but it never happened, and they were out for like.
It's fine with you.
5
It's not fine with me. The
years.
kids are choking.
I'm not going to outlaw something that hasn't even happened yet.
Well, here's the other
Let
thing.
someone die first.
someone's
Just let
got-
one
yeah.
person die first.
we'll
Come
do
on.
it.
You got to think of this angle though. Look at this.
What? It's a Nerf ball with the fucking 6-inch blade on the end.
Yeah.
So what? No one's died from it yet.
You got to look at this point too. Not even the choking on the toy thing. But you got to
Jeez.
think about this. The Federal Food, Drug, and Cosmetics Act is what banned it. Is because they're saying, listen, if you're making food, it's not sanitary to put toys or plastic
Yeah.
inside of your food.
Also makes
Very
sense.
that you're
true,
eating.
yeah.
That's where I come in. I'm like, I would never eat because the chocolate is on the outside
Right.
of the
Oh,
plastic
yeah,
egg.
yeah.
I would never. That's
Mm-mm.
disgusting.
I've
Think
had a
about
few
that.
in my day.
Oh my god. Well,
Yeah.
so here's the thing though: is it's coming back.
What about the Wonder Balls?
But-
Yeah, I was gonna say the Wonder Balls. What I was thinking of.
You know
yeah.
what? I think that's what I'm thinking
There were
about.
toys.
Disney, the
There were
Wonder
like
Ball, yeah.
the Wonder Ball.
there were
yeah.
toys inside of the fucking
Yeah.
Wonder Ball.
It's back, but it's not the same, obviously, because of this act. Like you can't. So
yeah.
people are mad because it's not. They don't have toys in them, as Griff said, because that was a law. It stated you can't have toys inside of your candy or food for that. And people are like, I forget what the I can't see the numbers in this article, but they're like signing petitions, they're passing petitions around, trying to get it to pass to be the old school, the real thing. I don't know. What do you guys think about this?
how big of a dork do you got to be to get mad
Why?
about as an adult?
Yeah.
Mad about a kid's
I just-
candy? Like clearly, these are adults. Kids aren't getting mad about.
No,
this.
I know. Yeah, no one
We have-
cares. I never heard about this.
We have bigger issues to tackle.
No
Goddamn
shit.
kid.
Yeah.
Nostalgia is a thing, and nostalgia is cool.
Yeah.
But like, what does it take? Like you said, what to get to that point where you're like signing
I
petitions?
mean, we love '90s stuff here, but I'm not signing petition to
Extreme
bring something
loneliness.
back, to bring Surge back or
yeah,
something.
right.
Like,
Yeah. We didn't riot in the streets to bring Surge back.
Yeah.
Okay, you know what I mean? Or
Speak
I
for
thought-
yourself.
I thought about
I was gonna say.
okay, maybe I'm on my own on that one.
I mean, I was tagging shit left and right.
But no one was dying from surge. Or not many people.
Yeah.
It was an acceptable loss.
if you killed yourself if you were dying from Surge
honestly.
because you drank
Yeah.
it too
You
much.
surged,
I mean, that's
yeah.
on you.
You surged way too hard.
Just for the people
God.
out there that are like, wow, Dugan, you're an idiot. You don't know what it is. Apparently, this says that it was initially released in 2001 in Italy, reached the UK by December 15th. So it was primarily an overseas thing. And I don't know when it was in the US, but I don't know. They're back, I guess, in some form. But
Yeah, I
people
was-
are not happy. They're not
I
happy.
was thinking Wonder Ball this
Yeah,
whole time,
yeah.
but I've heard this controversy.
Well, they would
before.
actually
It's
put
a
like,
similar concept to one.
Mm.
Yeah,
but the toys, like Griff was saying, they would put toys in there. They'd put like mini Hot Wheels, like actual metal thing. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
okay, I don't know.
I'm not eating
Keith,
that.
you got anything else? Over
Wow.
there?
yeah. Man survived a bear attack and got bit by a shark, all within the same year.
What?
Oh, those say the same day.
What
That'd
kind
be
of
Yeah.
luck is that, though?
Yeah, and
Either great or horrible, depending on how you want to look at things.
and he was also bitten by a rattlesnake too.
What the?
And this
Where's this at?
What type of life do you live in?
Yeah.
Is this Florida?
I bet
No,
he's
Florida
doing
don't have bears.
awesome. I bet he's doing
Say,
awesome shit.
Hey, you never know nowadays, man.
Yeah,
If it wasn't bears, I'd say.
I
he's
feel-
only 22.
Australia.
This all could have happened.
but-
This all could have happened in the state of California.
Yeah, so
That's true. He is from Colorado. Got bitten by a shark in Hawaii, and I'm trying to find where
you said
he
alligator.
was mauled by a bear.
Yeah, bit by a shark. I thought you said alligator.
be mauled by
Is it a
bear in
shark?
Colorado, right?
I said shark.
He said shark.
Damn, that's way more intense.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd rather,
Wait,
I
what
would
type
rather
of-
be
what
bit by a
type of-
shark than
No, you
bit by an alligator. See, that's a hard thing because a shark.
would you
just
take a
rips
shark
the
or a
shit.
bear? I think I'd take a shark.
I'd take a shark over a
Oh
bear.
yeah, I'm not fucking with
I saw The Revenant.
But I would take an
That shit was-
alligator
that shit was
over.
rough.
I would take a shark over an alligator too. I mean, they bring you in, they do that death
And they-
roll.
the
on
Death
you.
roll, dude.
You're
Well,
done.
they start
That's
trying.
done.
They start trying to rip your limbs off.
Oh
So,
yeah. Shark will just bite you and most time let you go.
He was
yeah, but you realize they're not into it.
Yeah.
he was attacked by a bear in Boulder County, Colorado. So
Black bear probably.
yeah,
Yeah,
black bear.
that's all there is.
You don't walk
Yeah.
away from a grizzly.
What the hell is that guy
No,
doing?
no,
What is
he
it? Is
don't-
it?
well,
is-
Leo
is-
did, motherfucker.
Leo did.
Is that bad luck, or is he being a dickhead to these
Or
animals?
is it great?
Maybe
luck?
he might just be an
He is
outdoors
alive.
Well, yeah, it's great luck that he's alive. but,
No,
like,
I feel like he
Always the optimist, guys.
yeah,
He might just be
Yeah.
an outdoorsman and just
yeah.
be in the wrong
He's
place.
I guess
boogie boarding off
That's a hell
coast
of
of Hawaii, bro. I mean,
Hunting for squatches.
It's a hell of a year, man.
oh,
That's-
if he was squatch hunting, I mean,
We respect the commitment. Although
Yeah.
the ocean was a weird place to look.
Yeah, I mean, there's no
Hey.
ocean squatches, are there?
yeah,
we
you never know.
don't
man.
know. We've hypothesized that they can fly before.
Skelly, there's a lot of things in the ocean that
Hard
we
to
don't
say.
we don't know about, man.
I can't. Every time I get on this, I gotta talk to you about squatches. I need to be on with Helen.
Hey,
He's
that's
the
okay.
expert.
There's nothing wrong with that. We
hey,
welcome
we're
the
always
squash
down
show.
for squatching.
Yeah.
It's true.
All right, my last weekly weirdness, and then I'm done. It is. Let me just read you the headline. No, we know we're missing basketball right now. It is hockey playoffs. It is basketball playoffs. Things are getting intense in the NBA world. And this headline article is just, I love it because you know what, man? We never really talk about basketball on this podcast, but I got to show some love for the basketball fans out there. Here's the headline. Attorney asks for leniency in a federal lawsuit because the Utah Jazz lost. Now, what happened was
This reminds me of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
The World
The World Series
Yeah.
defense, man.
an attorney is asking for a federal judge to give him a little bit of a break on a deadline because he was up late watching the Utah Jazz playoff game. Brian King filed a motion in the U.S. District Court of Salt Lake City on Thursday asking for leniency. And basically what happened was this, I don't even know the right word, but whatever he filed had to be in by midnight. And the game started at 10 o'clock. And it was a close game. Obviously, he ended up turning in at 12:18.
Oh,
Filed
law's the law, bro.
filed this saying that he was up late. But I love his reasoning for this. You guys got to check this quote out. What did he say? quote, foreseeable but unwished for circumstances together with unforeseen emotional impact from those circumstances constitute good cause for this motion for him being late, which is a great, very well worded.
yeah.
That's a
bird
lawyer.
Just
So-
throw a lot of big words in there. Yeah.
Bird law.
But then he got interviewed or whatever, and he said, quote, disaster, said King was apparently feeling confident until the third quarter when the Jazz blew a 25-point lead. He said, quote, disaster then struck in the form of bad officiating, Jazz turnovers, and poor shot selection, the absence of the best defensive player in the league, and Russell Westbrook. Now he's turning into an NBA analyst, and I'm loving this. This is all for like, hey, Judge, come on, man, don't be a dick, man. Like, check this out.
I'm kind of hoping the judge honors this
I
at
don't
this
know.
point. Man.
I feel like this is something like a college kid would do for a paper.
Yeah, he's like,
No,
just go into
yeah.
detail and be like, I couldn't do it. I mean,
This is exactly what happened.
Me, a crazed NBA fan.
So what happened is the judge ended up questioning him a little bit, and he says another quote. This is great. Quote, hey, look, it was late because I was dispirited because of the Jazz. There's no question about it, but I blame the Jazz. I blame that game. He said the Jazz played a great game. We just had bad reffing. We were robbed, is what he was saying. Now, Keith, you hit it right on the head, man. Ends up, Judge is a Jazz fan, allows it. 18 minutes late. And now he just, under his record, is an epic filing for, I don't even know what the official term is, but for a late filing. So,
Hey, dude.
listen, man.
Shout out to that
Hey,
dude.
if your team's in the playoffs, man, like, I love it. You know?
Yeah.
I want to hire this guy.
Yeah. What I love is that
Respect it.
not only did he take the road of like, hey, Judge, you know, listen, he admitted that it was a Jazz, but
hey.
then he turned into full fucking NBA analyst mode.
This is why.
Yeah. Hold on, check this out. They were doing 4.5 rebounds per possession, you know, whatever, and just turned into just crazy like a game announcer, and you gotta love that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I respect it.
You gotta respect it, and luckily the judge did too. So shout out to those guys, man.
I mean, that's really all they got in Utah, right? Is the Jazz?
I think so.
Well, mountains too, but yeah.
All right, listen. Okay, so do you have Keith? Do you have any other weekly weirdness?
No.
Okay, let's get out of here then. Before we do that, shout outs, and then we'll head out of here. Would anyone like to start with a shout out?
Shout out to Brian.
Oh, Keith.
I finally
Thank you.
remembered
Finally
Thank you.
remembered.
to thank
Good.
the guest.
Good for you, Keith. Good for you.
And yeah, shout out to you, Brian.
Yeah, thank
That's
you,
all I
man.
got
Thank
tonight.
you.
That's all I got.
Okay, Griff. Anything from you?
Oh, and Post Malone.
Oh,
Life's lit.
Yeah, don't
Too
forget
lit to
your
quit.
drop.
don't forget your homework. Griff.
Shout out to Brian. Shout out to
Thank
you
you.
guys. Shout out to our listeners. Shout out to all those beautiful whales out there.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Nice.
There you go. Scally, anybody, anything to shout out? Usually come with some good shout
I do
outs.
have some good. Shout out to you guys for having me on.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Shout out two shout outs. Shout out to Kyle Fleming.
Hey, shout out.
He sent me a text on the way over here, and he just said, "Give me a shout out." So hey, what's up? Shout out Kyle Fleming. And
I'd like to have him on. That'd be fun.
All right, he
yeah.
will be a great guest. You guys get.
Well, we'd like to have the Fleming brothers on at some
Okay.
point, but you and your boy Zach won't come.
We
back
won't
on.
do. He won't do Friday night podcast.
He can't come back
so
on. Yeah,
too busy.
He got banned.
apparently. And shout out to John Grush. I don't. He was St. Mary's guy. He was my age. I don't know if you guys probably know him, but he started listening one of the couple months ago when I was on one time, and now he's a fan. He tells me all the time.
Hey,
he listens.
shout
So
out,
John.
John.
you know?
Hey,
shout out to John.
We appreciate you, John.
We love it.
Yeah.
Thank you, man. Okay, for me, I also want to shout Timmy. He didn't make his
He didn't make
he
it.
didn't make his way, but hopefully at one point in the future
We'll get him on. We'll get him
Yeah.
on for sure.
Shout out to Timmy. Also, Scally, of course, shout out to you, and for dropping a little bit of wrestling knowledge, just enough to get our fix, you know. And my other shout out. I mean, I don't really have anything good, but I know that my rant earlier about the movie kind of seems like I was shitting on possibly vision impaired, possibly hearing impaired people. I wasn't. So shout out to anybody that has to go to a movie and has to have some kind of crazy weird device that hooks into your cup holder to help you see / light / magnify the screen better
/ not use.
/ not use. Yeah. Or if you just want to make a bunch of fucking ruckus and noise in a very quiet movie because you're sitting next to me. Well, shout out to you. That just keep doing your thing, whatever that is. Okay, that's all we got for you guys. Episode 80. What is this episode? 87? 88. 88 in the books, right?
88.
Yeah, 88. they're all piling up.
Numbers.
Episode 88 in the books. Like I said in the beginning of the show, we are off next week, so have a good 2 weeks. Guys, whatever you're listening to us right now on, hit that subscribe button. Do us a favor, man. And, excuse me. Woo. And don't forget to leave us a review. Let us know how we're doing. If you have anything that you'd like to suggest, topics, like he said, you want to inform us about Bitcoin, which I'm always interested for, hit us up on our website, anythingbutcredible.com, or if you want to do the email directly, anythingbutcredible@gmail.com. We're always looking to hear from you guys. Have some good stuff. Then, guys, April's over. It's about to be the 5th month of the year. You guys think about that? It's really weird.
It's gonna be May.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's gonna be it's really weird. So, April's over, May's starting. We got some good stuff in store for May.
Is that how calendars work?
Well,
Whoa.
I mean, they do now. If they didn't before, they do now. And off next week, but after that, we have some good stuff in store, and hopefully we can. Man, we're itching a little bit closer towards 100, which is really weird, and we're gonna plan something cool for that. But have a good week. Have a good 2 weeks, I should say. We will see you in 2 weeks. Can someone please take me out on a dad joke?
So you guys, you hear about that new restaurant on the moon?
Restaurant? No, I haven't heard about that.
It was okay, you know, great food, no atmosphere.
Yeah. I like how he put his sunglasses on for that one. Dude was dropping a bomb. Put on